disappoints me. Don't disappoint me anymore, OBS.
Two guys talking without wearing pants. Pantless Podcast. You can take our ideas.
Welcome back to the Pantless Podcast. Here's your hosts, Austin and Travis. Take it away, guys. What's going on?
Hey, did that work? Because I heard nothing.
You
Was I
know,
supposed to hear something?
you didn't hear anything because
Oh.
OBS is
But that was
continuing to suck.
But that's by design, right?
Until I could figure out why OBS sucks. But yes,
Okay.
we are finally episode 9 2.0 again.
Yes.
Sorry, folks.
9.2.
I like 9 2.0.
Okay. So
9.02.
we really haven't game planned this. Are we? So what the people don't know is episode 9. Well, they do know because they're writing because that episode never dropped.
I threw that episode in the garbage.
But we discussed the new movie. So are we going to give them the movie that we were supposed to review last week? Or are we just going to surprise them with a completely random movie that they had no idea we watched?
I would rather just forget everything that happened last week and just say, we will not be reviewing What Dreams May Come. We watched it.
Okay.
We liked it.
Yeah.
Trust us. We
It had-
picked...
It had some
Girls Are
weird
Red.
reviews. It was Nell Minnow, and
Yeah.
Nell was very... I mean, it's not uncommon for common sense media to be
Or not.
lacking common sense.
Yeah, they have some... Oh, by the way, you have that this week.
I've got it. Well, okay.
'Cause
Man, we're so unprepared. I didn't even know we were going to do this today. I'm surprised that this is working out.
I'm surprised I was
fully-
even able to even do things, because I had a lot going on today. Got my new internet.
Yeah.
I got to destroy something.
Ooh.
An old entertainment center that was so large in my bedroom that we were tired of it, and there's no way it was coming down our hallway. I think it was built in... I think whenever it was put in that room, it was built there. Because it was... There's no way they got it down that hallway, even when it was empty. So, it's in pieces in my front yard. So, hey. You need anything good this week?
I can't think. You're slamming me with all sorts of the hard questions so early on.
So flustered. Got him flustered.
Yeah,
Looks
yeah.
good
I'm
when he's
so
flustered, doesn't he?
It's just your internet. You're seeing all of my pixels. No, not really. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I had some Jay Farley's. That was good.
Love
Can't
Jay
remember what
Farley.
it's called.
What
Some
did
French fries. It was some kind of Irish food. So
I had
but,
a-
Irish was good.
the one thing I ate... the one thing I ate there, the one time I went there, I had some weird, like, fish tacos.
Oh yeah, those are good. I've had those.
But it didn't have what you normally think it has in it. They're, like, weird. They have something funky. I can't remember what they were. But they were really good. We tried a new thing 2 nights ago.
Ooh.
We made some egg and chive udon noodle soup.
Okay,
It's a Japanese dish.
sounds good.
Completely messed it up.
How can you mess it up? Sounds
I
good.
think we didn't get our proportions right, so it was more the video we watched explaining how to make it. It was a thicker
Yeah.
soup, and ours was like runny, or was like watered down more. I think we needed either more of the thickening agent or less water.
Are we starting off with the debate on what is a soup and what is a stew? Like, did you were hoping for a stew, but you got a soup?
No, I was hoping for a Japanese soup that's supposed to be... it's not like a solid, but it's supposed to be a thicker soup. Like a potato soup is kind of thicker, you know? That's what we had tonight for dinner. You know, a thick soup, not a watery soup.
I love watery soups too.
You know how like chicken noodle soup is like a brothy soup?
Yeah.
This soup was supposed to be a little bit more thicker, and we made a brothy soup.
Gotcha.
Still tasted good. We ate it, and then like 2 hours later, I was hungry again. I'm like, that didn't fill me very much. But it was good. It had good flavor. When we cooked it, it actually looked like an egg drop soup. If you ever had that, because you actually cook the egg in, like, the soup has 4 egg in it. So when you're cooking it, I'm like, this looks a lot like an egg drop soup. So I need to figure out the difference and make me a good egg drop soup.
Do it.
That's like what I love me a good egg drop soup. Every time I go to that really good place in your town, that's a buffet. That's of the Asian persuasion.
Oh, Asiana?
Yeah. I always get their egg drop soup and their sushi. Because, you know, us Oklahomans, we love our buffets.
That's right. And they're actually really good. Even their sushi is, most people are like, I don't know if I want to do I don't know if I want to do sushi from a buffet. No, it's worth it.
Yep. Hey, I eat sushi from a gas station. I'll definitely do it from a buffet.
Oh, my goodness, you are
okay. Not a gas station, but I get sushi from Sam's, Homeland, and Walmart.
Okay.
Wait. I just heard my mom just messaged me. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Sounds like my place is my town's getting a frickin' ice cream shop.
What kind of ice cream shop?
A Mexican ice cream shop.
Mexican ice cream? Like fried ice cream?
They'd serve Mexican food and ice cream.
Okay.
It's a place called Scoops of Joy. Have you ever heard of Scoops of Joy that's in Pryor?
I've heard of it. Never been there.
Yeah, they're opening one in Adair. I'm excited.
So that is so I could go there and get lunch one day. I could take the kids. We could get tacos and then get some ice cream.
Yeah, they sell tacos, tamales, hamburgers, all the Mexican foods.
Yeah.
I think they have enchiladas. It's really good. Really good. Wonder where they're gonna open it. You got any breaking news?
I actually do have some breaking news. R. Kelly has been sentenced to 20 years in prison for crimes against children.
That's as he should. It took him that long.
It took him that long.
Hadn't he been in?
But you know what? Guess what?
Wasn't he already in jail?
I don't know. I don't know what's real anymore. I couldn't tell if that was like a reality show that he was in, or if he really was in jail, or if it was both. He was really in jail, so the prison's like, hey, we can make more money by turning this into a show.
I thought he was already. I knew he had already been canceled.
Oh yeah.
And I thought he was already serving time for other. Like I never actually had heard, because I really just didn't care about the guy. So I never really researched what he was in trouble for, but I did know that everybody was canceling him. And somebody's watching shorts somewhere.
I'm still gonna listen to Remix to Ignition, because that is fresh on my kitchen. So.
Do what you gotta do, sir. You gotta add it to our playlist.
Yeah, I have to now, I think. I have to. That's gonna get us canceled. We're gonna be so popular.
Heck yeah.
Once we get canceled, our numbers are gonna blow up.
Yeah, I mean, I can only go. The only place I can go is up at this point.
Hey.
I mean, we know who you
People
are.
like
Hey, I don't know who you are, but our one view, keep it up. I haven't looked at our channel in 2 weeks because I didn't upload last week because I suck. OBS is a garbage program that is awesome and I love it and everybody should use it if you're recording. Just know that it comes with growing pains. Know that it will break your heart. It will have issues. What?
verify. Be a professional.
Hey,
Like if you're gonna, no, I'm not. Just check it out. Like how many times have I run it and just flubbed it up, or you've run it and flubbed it up? And you know what we never did? We never checked it ahead of time.
I do.
We never did.
Always check my audio levels, but I checked my audio levels, and then I try. Okay, here's the deal. All right, I checked the audio levels like I always do at the beginning. Everything was hunky dory.
Yeah.
It was Gucci, as the kids say. I don't know if the kids say that anymore. I don't know.
They do. I am
That's
the dad of
tight.
an 11-year-old, and she says things are Gucci all the time. She says,
right.
"Yo, Dad, that
kids-
jacket is tight.
Do they say tight? Okay,
fly.
that's tight.
Yeah. This burger is Gucci." No, that's you can't do that. It's canceled.
Oh, is that one canceled now?
That's a really bad one. People get fired from Universal Studios for that.
Cool.
Oh gosh. You can blur that out, right? Editor in chief.
Yeah, probably not. But for some reason, OBS does not like me sharing my screen in Discord and recording. It thinks that I'm recording with two programs. So I fought, trying to figure out what was wrong with it. I had to close everything down, and I think in the process of closing stuff down and fighting that, it decided that it was going to disconnect my mic from OBS so you could hear me. OBS couldn't, and we recorded for 55 minutes of only hearing you. I assume it was the full 55. I edited. I got into the edit and couldn't hear me. Skipped forward, still couldn't hear me. Skipped to the very end. I still don't think I could. I was so done with it at that point. We didn't have that episode, so
should have put it up. We've done that before. We put up an episode with I remember it was titled "One-Sided Conversation."
I should have, and I still have the recording. I could probably whip it together real quick and upload it.
If you guys go to OnlyFans/Pantless Podcast for the $5 a month tier, we'll give you access to that.
All right, I guess I'm setting that up when we get done recording. Did you know? Just a little bit of Pokemon's news. Rumor has it that I think. What day is Pokemon Day?
Monday, the 27th is when they're doing their thing.
Is supposed to be a Pokemon's Presents Monday. Now,
yeah.
Are we? Predictions now. Because we can talk about this next week when we're live. Floppy fish.
That's right.
Will we be getting red, blue, or green in the Nintendo Switch Online?
My prediction is yes.
Will it be will the Game Boy games be in the online for the 20 a year, or will it be a separate app that is part of the expansion pass that's 50 a year? Which one do you think?
I bet, because Pokemon is the way it is, obviously the wish is that it would be on the basic one.
The 20?
For everyone to enjoy the Game Boy program. But I believe that it's going to be... It wouldn't surprise me if it's an additional, like a DLC for your online. So it would be different. It would be a one-time purchase if you have online, and then you buy the Pokemon thing.
Think of it this way: if it basically works if it's basically like a separate program, it's a Pokemon it's like a Pokemon program that inside that program is the emulator that has Gen 1. We'll just say Gen 1. We won't even say the colors. Gen 1, Gen 2, and possibly Gen 3, the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games.
Okay.
And we won't even guess how many of each one. Maybe 6 total games? My thought is if we get the separate app, that is part of the Elder Scrolls Nintendo Switch Online Plus membership, that's the $50 a year, that app would probably have better chance of having connectivity to home.
Why would it have a better chance?
Because it's in a program that they can then easily link with Pokemon Home, as in it's in the emulator in the Game Boy, where you have to load up the Game Boy program, go to the game, then go to Pokemon and play it. Whereas if Pokemon Company develops the app that has Pokemon games only in it, then they could actually make it to where it can talk to home better and where it can then talk to Stadium.
Okay.
That's my thought. I'm willing to jump up to the $50 a year to get that. That's a great deal. Because then you also get the Mario Kart tracks. So I think there's like 36 extra tracks right now for Mario Kart 8. You get Nintendo 64 games, which comes with GoldenEye. And you get a DLC for Animal Crossing. Who cares? Nobody cares. And you get the Sega Genesis emulator as well. For $50 a year, that's a steal, in my opinion. Even if they bumped it up to $60 a year, that would still be a dang good deal.
Right. Yeah. $5 a month?
Yeah. That's how I think they're going to do it. I think that and it's also my opinion, if they do their own app, Pokemon Company can control it better. They have better control over that app. Whereas if it's in the actual Game Boy emulator side, they just have to kind of pass it off to Nintendo, and Nintendo, the emulator team, will take care of it. I don't think they'll have as much control over it. And imagine that app, because inside that app, you'd think they'd be able to, they'd have red and blue, they could add yellow and green. They could do the Japanese version of green. And then Gen 2, you can have gold, silver, and sapphire? No.
No. Emerald?
Emerald. No, Emerald was...
Or is it Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald?
Ruby, Sapphire,
Ruby,
Emerald.
Sapphire, Emerald.
Crystal. I drew a blank on that one. But you could have all 6 of those, and then you could also have, for the advance, you could have Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. But then they could also go in and add the DS games and just keep expanding it to where you have black, white, black and white, black, 2, white 2, which is stupid that they did that. I wish they'd have just done gray.
There you go.
That was the first generation that didn't have the third game.
Okay.
They stopped doing the third game after Gen 3 was the last one to have that third, because X and Y could have had Z.
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't. I wonder if it just didn't get as much, if it wasn't as popular as they thought it was going to be. I bet if it had done better, they probably would have dropped it.
Maybe Emerald, because I had Emerald. That's the one I played the most of. For some reason. I want to say because I was late. I got to Gen 3 late. For some reason. Oh, because I I didn't have the Game Boy. I didn't have the flat, the elongated Game Boy Advance. I had a Game Boy Advance SP, the one that flipped.
Yeah.
So I didn't get it I didn't get to the Advance till the flip one. So I think Emerald had been out. I think I bought Emerald with it. Man, I remember that thing was that was like something else. Was the SP,
because it had the backlight.
that too, but it folded down and was only like that big.
Yeah.
You like squeeze, you throw it in a pocket. I used to take it to work with me when I worked at Whirlpool. I just toss it in my pocket and play it on breaks. If the machine broke and we were waiting on maintenance, I'd just pop it out and start playing. And it had its own internal battery. It had an actual. It didn't take doubles. It had its own internal battery. Like that was like the best Game Boy they ever made, in my opinion. I think it's underrated. I don't think many people really talk about it. Did you ever play the Game Boy the Advance Micro?
Yeah.
I bought one day one. Like I pre-ordered that and got it. Realized how dumb it was.
It was strictly a novelty thing.
It was.
I think I still have it somewhere. I played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 or 3 on it for 7 minutes. For 7 minutes, and I'm like,
I was not. Yeah. I didn't really Game Boy. I didn't really venture out. I only played the Pokemon games on Game Boys. So
you missed good ones.
I did. Yes. I remember the Micro had the swappable faceplates.
Oh, I didn't know they were swappable.
Yeah, because mine came with two. I had the pre-order. I think I bought like the special edition one, and it had multiple faceplates that you could pop out. It had like a gold one, and then it had the silver one that you like hit a little deal on the side, and the faceplate pops off, and you click another one in.
Interesting. All right, I didn't know that. I had mine's the one that looked like the old NES. It was like that old style.
Was it red and gold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, those are cool. So cool.
I can't wait.
Not fun to play. Not fun to play, but they look cool.
Rumor has it that Black and White might get a announcement of a remaster. Following the Diamond and Pearl.
Okay.
Wait. I skipped
Diamond and Pearl. I think I'm going to skip that one.
Did Diamond and Pearl get a third game? Or is it just a 2-game? Because I always forget Gen 4's Diamond and Pearl. Because I never played those.
They were Crystal. Gold and Silver was Platinum.
Crystal was Gen 3. No, Crystal was Gen 2.
So which one was Platinum? It wasn't Gold, Silver, Platinum?
No, that was...
it was Diamond and Pearl Platinum?
Yeah, Diamond and Pearl was Platinum.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't play Diamond and Pearl. I completely skipped Gen 4. Even the remakes when they came out. I just, for some reason, that generation just does not hold my attention at all. For some reason. I don't know why.
I skipped. I've never played the Gold or Silver or any variation. Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
Really?
Never done those. Ruby and Sapphire. My first experience with those were the remakes on the DS. Alpha. I played. Alpha Sapphire or whatever. Omega Ruby.
Something like that.
But yeah, so I never played those. Diamond and Pearl. My first experience was the remake on the Switch a couple years ago.
See, I played the first 3 generations, like, religiously. Like, when they came out, I had them, played them, beat them, loved them. Then, I think I became an adult right around the time Diamond and Pearl came out. Like, I think that was right around the time that I got married and had kids and just wasn't playing Game Boy stuff anymore. And there was a while there I just didn't play anything. So I don't think I jumped back into Pokemon games until I think I had once I had White, and I played a little bit of it, and then I had X. I remember I think I beat X, and then I didn't play another one until Sword and Shield because I didn't even touch Sun and Moon. I hated those games.
Yeah, actually, I didn't play Sun or Moon until I think I bought it just because I was going on a trip somewhere,
Mhm.
and it was way after, years and years after. Sword and Shield might have already been out, and I just went and picked it up just to play it on a trip. I got a used copy, you know. It was like, yeah, or a cheap copy. I don't know, one of the two.
Yeah.
And I got one of the old trips. That was weird because they had Sun and Moon, and then it was like a year later. Then it was like boom, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Yeah, they did Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Yeah. Which was kind of like the black and white treatment, where it was almost like I know Black and White 2 and then Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon were kind of the, hey, after the events of the first games, here's the sequels, and they drop you're playing as the same character or different character, but slightly further in the future. The timelines are weird for Pokemon games because do they all happen at once?
We know
Are
Arceus
they even
is
all
way in the
linked?
past.
Are they even in the same universe? Are they?
Well, we know the first two are. Because you told me the second generation you can play in the first. Yeah, you can play the Kanto and battle the.
Which if Gold and Silver drop, we are definitely playing those. You need to play those. The other rumored news was that I'm trying to think of. There's another Legends game rumored to be coming out, and it's going to be in the Unova region, the black and white region.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be like another Legends. They thought it was going to be like Legends Cerebi, which would be interesting because they did Legends Arceus. And they said they may be doing a Legends Cerebi or something like that. That'd be in that same kind of. I don't know if it would be like a jump in the past or what it would be, but there's rumors floating that there's another Legends game that might get announced to be coming out into the year.
All right.
Because right now, as it sits, we don't have a Pokemon game coming out this year.
Oh. Yeah. But we're due for a remake of something.
If they keep the cycle going, yes, we should get a remake in October, September is when the remake's been coming out. I know the Scarlet Violet.
So Legends kind of broke that, right? Because it
came out in March.
We had the Diamond Pearl in October and November, and then just a couple months later we had Legends,
like February or March. Yeah.
And then that same year we had Scarlet Violet.
Yeah, correct. Yes.
Later.
Yeah.
So a Legends game's kind of. I mean, it's hard to say because I've only ever had one, but
it broke.
You're going to think.
Yeah. Some people.
You're going to think this year we'll get a remake Legends game in February, and then Gen 10 next year.
It cracks on the Nintendo's me up how some people still think that we're going to get another Let's Go. Let's Go second gen. Like we had Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
Yeah.
There's people are still on the bandwagon of another Let's Go game. But it'd be second gen. I think they're done with the Let's Go series. Yeah, I think that was
who would you even use as a Let's Go as your
Let's Go? I heard it was who was it? I heard somebody say something about it would be like Togepi and or
that
could
makes
they?
sense.
They could just do a singular game and just do a Let's Go Togepi,
Yeah, that's true.
because Togepi was Gen 2. That would be Let's Go Togepi and Let's Go Magikarp.
Oh, I don't know.
It would have to be something you wouldn't have. It would have to be something you wouldn't have to evolve.
Wobbuffet. There you go.
There you go.
Togepi and Wobbuffet.
Oh,
Togepi evolves.
he does, but well, so does Pikachu and Eevee.
That's true. That's true.
But they didn't. So, but who really uses a Raichu anyway?
Right.
Like, why did they even add Raichu as an evolution when he's the most underused and underappreciated Pokemon in the Pokemon universe? I don't think we're getting another one. Why wait this long? I think Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee was a test to see how well that style game would work on the Switch.
Yeah.
And I think it passed with flying colors, but yet failed in ways that it needed to fail.
I think they got the criticism they wanted because we see elements, the good elements in the later games. So I think they got what they wanted, and they didn't do anything stupid, and they built on that.
They took what they learned from Pikachu and Eevee, built Sword and Shield, but then they took some of the elements that people liked but wanted tweaked and added that to Legends Arceus. The actual, like, where you could throw Pokeballs at just wild Pokemon.
Yeah.
But without the throw, without the having to... We got the throw mechanic without the actual motion controls. And you didn't get the break of battle. So I feel like every game here on the Switch has been a test for the next game. Because, like, Arceus, they tested the battle system of it not breaking the world without the battle screen and you jumping into a battle animation. They used that in Arceus, and we got that in Scarlet and Violet, where you're battling in the universe, in the field of play. Every game's getting better, but at the same time worse. There was a lot of bugs.
What did you not? Well, other than
the bugs,
robot.
The bugs were, which I never really got any big bugs. I never really had any issues with Scarlet and Violet, but I heard that some people had, like, game-breaking stuff.
Yeah. No, I never had anything game-breaking.
I think the game force closed on me a couple times. But other than that, I think it was right around early on when I was doing raids. Like, I'd come out of a raid and the game would just close. But there was an autosave function, so I didn't lose anything, but it was just annoying. I did hear that there were some big bug fixes they did. I think either that's going to drop around Pokemon Day, or it already has. I haven't checked. Supposed to be some kind of... I guess they're going to make Azumarill's belly drum actually work in the game properly. I guess it was broken.
I didn't know it didn't work.
I had read that it was broke and it just didn't work like it was supposed to. That's why we might have been struggling with you using it. Oh, I heard that the raid that's going on right now that lasts till Sunday is stupid hard.
The Pikachu one?
Yes.
Yeah, I actually just jumped in. I learned something today.
Oh, yeah?
It was like, okay, I'm gonna play this game because you know what I'm gonna do? I want to have a 6 perfect IV Ditto. But I learned you can't breed Ditto.
No.
They can't breed.
No.
So that was a flop. So I'm like, okay, well, what am I? That was like my whole thing. I turned it on for the first time in a long time. And so, what's that way?
Find one in a raid. Yeah, I think you have to find one in a 6-star raid. I think 6-star raid dittos are 6 perfect IVs.
So so I jumped in there. I thought I'll see what happens with my Palmot. We'll see. It's it can absorb electric and no big deal. Jump in there. The Pikachu automatically starts with the shield.
Full shield. Yeah.
It rains and then it one shots you with Surf before the whole match starts.
Yeah.
And the only person that survived was a water absorbed Clodsire, but that thing didn't do any damage. We lost the whole raid after about 3 turns and never did any damage to it.
Yep. It has it has lightning rod.
Yeah, I learned that when I tried one opportunity to attack it, I used Thunderbolt.
Yep.
It absorbed it, and that was all she wrote.
Yep. It's got lightning rod. It's Water Terra. Uses electric moves. Has lightning rod. And it uses Surf. I've heard it's just stupid. I watched Austin John plays. He soloed it with a Clodsire that had Earthquake. Was what he ended up beating it with. But he said it took like 30, 45 minutes. He said it's just tough. I guess Storm Drain Gastrodon I heard it's pretty good. Because it just eats up the Surf.
Yeah.
But I haven't even tried. Do I really need one? I heard it's a Mightiest Mark Pikachu is about the only thing that's rare from it.
Gotcha.
Now, would this be good for future raids? Yes. Potentially. It's OP against specific things.
Yeah.
So everybody's thinking we're possibly they're gonna shadow drop a possible Mewtwo raid.
Ooh.
On Pokemon Day. I heard that rumor. Take it. Leave it. Whatever you think. Because everybody thought that the raid that everybody was thinking that this Pikachu raid was going to be a Mewtwo raid. But then they shocked everybody with a Pikachu raid. Because, Pikachu's the most important Pokemon in the world.
The face of the franchise.
I mean, heck yeah. Hey. We watch a movie?
Retro movie
Is this an easy
review.
It was it was easy to watch. It was weird as all get out.
We watched Earth Girls Are Easy. This movie was an embodiment of the 80s. I mean, if you're a youngster and you want to know what the 80s was in a 2-hour movie, watch this movie.
Yeah.
It screams 80s.
Was this supposed to be a musical?
It was 80s.
It
It was
just had,
so close to being a... It could have been labeled as one, yes.
I'm like, it's not... It had like 2 or 3 just random songs that made you go, that doesn't make it... This isn't a musical, but they just like threw it in there like it was Grease or something.
Like her... Okay, so the beauty shop scene was a musical number. Because everybody on screen was in on the music. It's not like there was like music over the top. No, they were singing. The actors and actresses were singing like they'd be in a musical. And then right after that, when she's at the house, when she's at her house, she goes into another musical number. And then there's a couple more. And it's like the wife made comments about, genres, sci-fi, comedy, romance, musical.
That's what it says. Okay.
Yeah, that's what Metacritic's telling us. So,
All right.
I, I, I have a feeling that this was heavily influenced by In Living Color as well.
It had a couple it had Jim Carrey and Damon
Wayans, which
Wayans.
they would have been, and I want to say didn't Goldblum have a little bit of, wasn't he? Did he do anything with In Living Color back in the day?
I don't remember him in Living Color at all. I would say probably not.
Did they have guest stars on there?
They did, but it was usually like musical artists.
Was it? Okay. But the way Jim Carrey and Damon Wayans was feeding off of each other the whole movie and the way they were acting, I was getting In Living Color. Like, they dressed up in these furry costumes and did an In Living Color sketch. And somebody was like, we could make a movie of that. It's kind of how I was feeling. Gina Davis is awesome as always. And just, it's weird seeing Jeff Goldblum. Did it feel like Jeff Goldblum was playing the romantic side he was like playing the serious romantic in a comedy movie?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. His character, I don't think his character was ever really even funny.
No. Because
I don't think.
Not really. Well, when they first come off the ship, when they first crash and they first meet her, and they're like emulating her, he does a little bit of the emulation. And he's kind of being kind of that goofy alien with the other two. A little bit more subdued. Right. He eats the fish. But then after they shave him, he becomes this real, like, stoic, just, how young did he look?
So
smoking hot, right?
Young. Like, super young.
Smoking hot, right?
Almost as hot as you. Almost.
Way hotter, actually. Like, take all of this and make it way hotter. Heartthrob. Smoke show.
Whoa. That's pretty hot.
Hottest person in the whole movie. Let's jump into Metacritic. And then we can get into what you didn't like about the movie, then we can do Common Sense Media. So, 16 critics out of 100.
Oh, gosh. There's no way they liked it. 38.
Oh, wow. You have little faith on the critics. We didn't get that low. 66.
That's crazy high. Okay.
8 users out of 10.
Oh gosh. 8 users. This is a tough one. Oh gosh. Let's go 7.5.
No. They hated this. 4.3.
Wow. This doesn't. I'm so lost already. Lost. How did the critics like this way more than the people? This seemed like a movie for the people.
I think it was artistic styling, and just the way that it just kind of. I don't know. What do you think about Michael McKean? Do you know who he? Do you know which one
he was? Woody.
How out of character is that for him?
It was super. What blew my mind is he still looked old. Like, even he looked like an old guy trying to be a young guy. We say how young he looks the same.
Yeah,
and I thought he was almost dead now, and he looks just as old.
Because
40 years ago,
this one came out in '89. What year did Beetlejuice come out?
That was like 80. That was 80. That was
88.
Close to the same time.
88.
See, I know him anyway. From
the guy I was thinking of. He was he in that? He may not have even been in. Different guy. I was thinking of a different.
So what I'm
Jeffrey
thinking of when
Jones. I thought he was in Beetlejuice.
that Breaking Bad spinoff show, Better Call Saul. He's in Better Call Saul. He's Saul's brother.
Okay.
But anyway, and that's a fairly, that came out 5 or 6 years ago. And he's old, but he looks the same. But yeah, totally out of character. I just picture this super serious guy, and this is just an old man trying to play an 80s surfer guy.
Yeah, it was so weird seeing him in that role.
Yeah.
Why am I not seeing the movie? Oh, there it is.
What do you know him from?
What movie am I thinking that he was in? Oh, he was in Clue. I would think of him as from Clue, from '85.
Okay. All right, that's fair. Clue. That might be one of our movies soon.
I thought we did that one.
I don't think we haven't done Clue.
He was also in Airheads in '94.
I don't think I've seen Airheads.
You've never watched Airheads?
I gotta pull Airheads up.
Well, I don't think that's what we're doing next anyway, because I have an idea of what our next movie is. Let's
I just looked up. Hold on. Breaking news. Breaking news. I just pulled up upcoming movies for Michael McKean. Spinal Tap 2.
That popped up right here.
Spinal Tap. They're coming out with a sequel to Spinal Tap. This is Spinal Tap.
Spinal Tap came out in '84. They're making another one?
And they're making a sequel. That is unbelievable. I hope they don't do something stupid with it and bring in like a bunch of new people want to be like. I could easily see Hollywood bringing in Justin Bieber to do something stupid and then ruin the whole franchise. It's not even a franchise. It's a great movie that nobody needs to touch.
That's okay. I'm seeing here that there's a Beetlejuice 2 coming out and it doesn't have a year.
Beetlejuice. Okay.
I'd heard a rumor about that one a while back. All right, let's get back up. We derailed. Let's get back into this.
All right.
So,
all right.
Critics 10 positive, 6 mixed, 0 negative.
Oh, 0 negative. Okay.
Users 3 positive, 1 mixed, 1 negative.
Wow. Okay. And it got such a low score.
So Smooth 1982 user gave it a 2. I thought it would be funny with Jim Carrey in it. Spelled his name wrong. That's the only reason I bought it. Ooh, bought the movie. Nice. I didn't think it would be a musical. A bad one at that. Jim Carrey doesn't... It's weird how Wayans and Carrey don't really have many lines. They don't talk much. They have they only do like one-liners and a bunch of noises. Goldblum really only starts having dialogue late in the movie. So.
Yep.
All right. Chicago Tribune gave it an 88. There isn't a better time at the movies right now than Earth Girls Are Easy. A delirious pop music directed by Julian Temple as a widescreen swirl of color and high spirits. There was a lot of color. Late 80s.
Late 80s, yeah. 100%.
Chicago Sun-Times gave it a 75. A lighthearted and goofy musical comedy about a love affair between an extraterrestrial and a manicurist. All right, let's jump down here and see what else we can find. Let's look at all the reviews. See if we can find your favorite. See if they have reviewed it. They did not. The Washington Post gave it a 50. That's the lowest score. Girls is certainly fun for a time, and Goldblum, Davis, Wayans, and other Others have their moments, but you may find your stomach rumbling from a certain emptiness under the gibbness. All right. And when it's time for the inevitable return to the planet, that one, you may hear yourself breathing a sigh of relief. It. Nobody really has. What? Now, you told me earlier in the week that you watched this movie and there were things you liked, things you didn't.
Yeah. So I didn't like the random music. Threw me. It just threw me. I didn't like how Jeff Goldblum wasn't a weirdo. Like, he was a normal human. For being an alien, he's the most normal human that he ever. Look at all of his movies. He's a total weirdo, and then the one movie where he's an alien, he's completely normal. It doesn't make sense. Like, watch him in Jurassic Park. You're like, is this gonna turn into an alien movie? Like, is he gonna like rip off his face?
The Fly.
But yeah, so that was bizarre. The movie was just, it was weird. The music is the thing that really caught me off guard. And then, like you said, it kind of worked, but those three aliens, if you really look at the movie, had very small roles. It was Gina Davis and her husband. That was the primary, or her fiance, the primary dynamic.
Yeah.
And then Jeff Goldblum's character kind of jumped in there towards the end, still with not a lot of substance, but got away with the girl.
That he did.
You know.
I never really liked the doctor boyfriend guy. That character was just so stupid, and I hated him. Such a moron character.
Yeah.
That's really about the only thing. That's. But overall, you like the movie.
I love the dance scene. I love watching Damon Wayans dance. That was fantastic. That was a great scene. What do you think
about the furry suits wearing thongs?
That was funny. That actually was pretty funny when they were in outer space and they were, they're trying to find alien women, and then they just kept making fun of the bald women. Like, they kept calling them bald.
Yeah.
They're bald, but they're round and bouncy. I don't care if they're bald.
Just a bunch of horny dudes flying out in space.
Yeah.
So, what does Common Sense Media have to say? I'm curious
fun fact,
they have.
It's not on Common Sense Media.
Dang it! Just ruined my day.
It is not there. Nell, if you're watching this or listening to this, review this movie for us, man, or woman, whatever you are. I don't know.
What are they doing with their lives?
I don't know. I'll give you a little bit of rundown just for fun from IMDb.
Okay.
Sex and nudity. 15 out of 35 people said it was mild. They said there were a few scenes of kissing, some men watching women do aerobics, a woman asking a man to sign her breast. Obviously nothing seen. They don't. Oh, maybe they do mention it. There was that weird dream sequence. Like, that was the one that was really weird, where you had the people wearing, like, boob costumes.
Oh, yeah. Her psychedelic trip?
Yeah, that was weird. Wow, that was so weird. Violence and gore. 8 out of 14 people said there is none. Said a woman destroys many items in her home. A woman hits her head while swimming and is knocked unconscious. There's some light shoving. And a man pushes another man down and starts to chile him. What is chile?
Choke?
I don't know what that means. Chile? Before being pulled off.
He was choking.
I don't know. Profanity. 9 out of 9 out of 14 people said there was mild profanity. B word said 3 times. S word said 7 times. One time it was paired with bull. Sex is said 8 times.
Yeah.
The D word was used as an insult once.
There was some language that was in the subtitles when they were speaking in their alien language.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that wasn't mentioned in this.
There was a B word and there were some S words. Other than that,
yeah, there was. Somebody said the Lord's name is taken in vain. That's one.
I don't remember that.
Alcohol, drugs, and smoking. Alcohol, drugs, and smoking. 7 out of 13 people found that it had mild alcohol, drugs, and smoking. A woman says she is on drugs, even though she is not.
Oh yeah, that was funny. What were you saying about aliens? I'm on hard drugs. I'm on drugs.
There are some brief scenes of smoking, and champagne is set out and mentioned, even though it wasn't drank. And then frightening and intense scenes. 5 out of 12 people said there were mild, frightening, and intense scenes. They said characters horsing around in a car while driving at high speeds. Humorous, brief scene of armed robbery using a fake gun. That was funny. An extended nightmare sequence is very creepy and maybe frightening to some. And then there was a scene of a car driving in the wrong direction through highway/freeway traffic. But there were no crashes. So that's the closest we're going to get to common sense media. Straight from the people.
Straight from the people. So, what movie were we saying that you had not seen?
Gosh, I don't remember. That was like 30 minutes ago. It was a movie with a person from this movie.
Yeah. I don't remember what we were looking at. I saw some. The wife sent me a message this morning that they're in the works of possibly doing a Practical Magic 2. Have you ever seen the movie Practical Magic?
No. Practical Magic. I'll look this one up. I know I haven't seen it. Definitely haven't seen it.
Oh, Airheads was the other one.
Yeah, that's what it was. Somebody from Earth Girls are in that one.
Michael McKeaton. And you can't find it anywhere. But it's got it's got like the big 5 from the 90s in it though. Brendan Fraser, Adam Sandler, Steve Buscemi,
dang,
and Chris Farley.
How have I never seen this movie?
We watching this one?
I'm up for either of them. Either one.
Ernie Hudson's in it. Rick Wilkes is the other one I put in the 5. You know what? Let's watch Airheads. Let's do it. We'll have to find it. It's not on anything.
Okay.
We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah. Somebody's got it somewhere in a basement or at a yard sale or something.
If you've never seen this one, this is one that needs watched.
Okay.
Just can't believe you've never seen this one. 94.
I can't believe I've never seen this one.
Me and the wife what were we doing? She was watching something and she mentioned a character. I'm like, oh yeah, that guy's off a Short Circuit. Remember, you've seen that one, haven't you?
I have seen Short Circuit, absolutely.
McKean is in Short Circuit 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which Short Circuit 2 is not one that I've really It was Short Circuit was that movie that didn't really need a sequel, and then a sequel of the sequel, and a sequel of the sequel of the sequel.
Right.
You know, it was for some reason in the 80s and 90s they loved to give these. They have a big blockbuster movie that made a ton of money, and then they make a straight to VHS sequel for it that nobody watched.
Yeah.
And then they end up making like 3 of them before they just kick till that horse dies. That's what Short Circuit got. I think they made like 3 of them.
Oh, did they make another one?
I think they made.
I don't think I've ever seen the third one.
I want to say. Oh, they were. Short Circuit 3 got canceled.
Oh,
They were gonna make
good
it.
on good on them.
It was because I think the main guy didn't come back for the second one. His friend that helped reprogram the robot is in the second one.
Okay.
Fisher Stevens is the main actor in the second one. So, I think that's gonna be all we got for this week.
9.2.
Nah. As much as
Episode 9, version 2.0.
Yeah.
This one's going to drop. Yeah, if you really want that episode where you don't hear Travis talk at all, tweet us. Leave us a voicemail.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know. Like, comment.
Or if you just want to keep it in
our
hard drives. I said, or if they want us to keep it in our hard drives, let us know that too.
Ooh, that's you can't say that. All right.
Hard.
I think we're out of here.
Later.
Let's oh yeah, you can't hear this playing, can you?
Nope.
You can't even hear it playing. It's already been playing.